All right, hello. I'm in heaven right now, as you can see, but I wanted to basically give you guys the video that I meant to give you guys yesterday before my computer exploded. So here it is. I've been leveling the build in a hardcore and solo self-found softcore environment, basically creating two different characters. I got the first character to level 77 or 78 on pretty much solo self-found gear. I didn't play it in SSF, to be fair. I did pick up a 7 league step from my stash to equip it to make my character quicker. But I think that's pretty much it. I don't think I borrowed anything else from my stash, and I also found like 5 chaos throughout the campaign that I used to buy a Crown of Eyes to take the build into yellow maps basically as soon as I hit maps. I also have a fully completed atlas from my previous character that I was running 100% or like all the map modifier effect nodes that I could. So needless to say, the build was running some pretty juiced maps as early as it hit maps, and it was performing exceptionally well. I wish I could show you guys gameplay footage. You guys can't check my stream, but my computer's exploded if you saw the short yesterday, so I literally can't. I'd say the main weakness of the build, especially early, is its clunky playstyle before you get a quartz flask, and especially leveling from 12, which is as early as you can equip power siphon and locus mines together. It does have a bit of a damage issue where you don't have pierce, so your clear sucks because you're not like one-shotting things, and so because you're not one-shotting things, like everything gets hit so individually. It's something it's a kink you have to work out with Pierce. I'm just going to put it that way. You do get the Pierce support gem from the medicine quest in Act 1. It's basically a half a damage link because at max level I think you only get 20% more damage, but it gives you like 4 Pierce. So that's basically what Eyes of the Grey Wolf gives you. That really helps, and again, you get that as early as doing the medicine quest. So I highly recommend that. And then I also recommend you pathing down to the piercing shots wheel to get 3 Pierce from the tree so that you can take out Pierce and then eventually throw in Trap and Mine support on your 4-link. On a 4-link, I was running Locust Mines, obviously, Power Siphon, you know, that's mandatory. Trap and Mine damage is so good. And then as early as I got at Charge Mines, I think that's like your premier 4-link until you get to like, you know, 5-link, add in Volatility, 6-link, add in whatever. I do Lightning Pen, you know, whatever you want as a 6-link. The main thing is, I wanted to emphasize that the build does not feel good in my opinion until you get Charge Mines. It does not feel like great until you get Charge Mines. It just feels okay, and it does not feel good at all if you don't have Pierce, but you can solve that literally in the medicine quest. Like, you will solve that before you will equip the gems, so I don't even really consider that a thing. I'm just letting you know that if you don't have Pierce, this is a terrible character. Charge mines are, of course, very important. We don't have relic caches at the very beginning of the game, and it's a rather expensive unique, and I only expect it to go up in price if they don't nerf it. You will definitely want charge mines until you get relic caches, and you will not want to make the swap over to like Malachi's Loop or anything like that until you get relic caches as well, for hopefully obvious reasons. The last hidden OP tech I want to highlight for this build is that early game, you should pick up armor bases, unironically. I know we're Trickster eventually, I know we eventually go Trickster. I know that we do want to do the whole evasion-based chess piece, evasion stack, get to evade cap, and, you know, we will do that, of course. But early game I found, especially playing this build on hardcore, evasion is just a very unreliable source of mitigation, and damn, mobs really like to just destroy you if you try to get any like small amount of evasion and count that as your entire defensive package for the axe. Armor really is the way to go, and I'd even go as far as to say that if you can fit in a bit of strength, you should probably pop in a determination as early as you can get it. Armor bases alone should do you fine for most of acts basically 1 through 5, I want to say, until you get your first flask selection, your first utility flask selection. You can see a granite or a jade, which I think you should pick granite, by the way. You should be able to basically kill everything quickly enough that armor bases should be fine for you to like occasionally take a stray hit from like a blue mob and not get one shot. But the fact of the matter is this build is going to be squishy until you get like a flask, and there's really no 2 ways around it. We are, you know, a right-sided tree build. We don't have access to much life, and yeah, you can try to make this build as tanky as you want early game. I have never had a great amount of success doing that with right-sided tree builds if I don't go armor. So that's just my personal experience. I'd be very interested to hear in any kind of technology that you guys can come up with to make a evasion-based character work throughout the axe on hardcore. But yeah, that's just not for me, Chief.